Hey everyone, Sam Brief here with the second edition of the Chicago Chauffeur. I'm a very gracious driver, and I like to give rides to Chicago State coaches, and I've got the longest tenured coach with me, Coach Jack Barton of the tennis squads.
Hello.
Coach,
how are you, man?
Are you ready?
I am ready.
You're buckled up.
I'm ready.
It's freezing. It's the end of March on the day we're recording this, and it's still like 20-something degrees. So let's put our beanies on.
Yep. All set.
All right.
I have more to gain than you.
We wear matching beanies on this show.
Oh, cool.
All right, Coach. Let's go on a little ride.
Let's go on a
town.
ride. All right.
All right, so I mentioned that you're the longest tenured Chicago State coach. You've been here a decade.
Yeah.
Tell me about your first day on the job and what you remember it. And I know I'm testing your memory here.
Okay, let me think about it. When I first got here, I remember that, coming in and, parking in the lot next to the tennis courts.
That's where we are now?
Yeah.
This very lot?
This very lot.
Okay.
And so I went in, and Sudie Davis was my athletic director at the time, and I checked in, and they sent me to my office, and I had my computer sitting there, and I sat there and, sharpened a few pencils and thought about, wow, okay, what am I going to do on my first day? Because I inherited a team, I didn't come in the fall, in the summer. I came in the middle of the fall semester. So I knew that they were waiting on me to, get practices started and do all of these things. And here I am sharpening pencils, trying to figure out what my
Sharpening pencils?
Sharpening pencils. I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what my first move was going to be. So I'm trying to figure out where we were going to have practice at. And so we ended up, I ended up going to where it was called the Old Valleys on 47th Street in Hyde Park. And so we practiced there for a whole year, at least until the end of the semester when Christmas break came around. And then, after that, it was just kind of learning as I go.
Right. And you can't coach without sharp pencils. That's
right.
Something that undoubtedly you had. And now, Coach, you've been here a while. You've really established yourself. You're not an old guy. I'm not calling you old, but you are the elder statesman of coaches in our office. Tell me something that you always tell a new coach when they come in.
I just tell them to get ready for the hard work, because it's tough work. It ends up paying off. All the coaches that are here now, they've found their niche. They've found, I want to say the goose, the golden egg from the goose, but they found what works for them in getting recruits in, for keeping our players here, and things like that. So, I would tell them be prepared for a lot of hard work to put in, and it's going to pay off.
So we're coming up to the corner of 95th and MLK here. While we're at the red light, I want to shift gears a little, Coach.
Sure.
Get to know you a little bit more. I know you pretty well, but these people maybe not so much. So let's start with this. Tell me something I don't know about you.
If you drive up to 91st or 93rd, 91st, I played tennis at Thule Park.
Oh, what is this honking?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Come on, the light just turned green. Oh, what are we doing here? But you saw that.
Yeah,
That was
it just turned green, and people, they can't wait.
2 seconds.
Right.
They give me 2 seconds.
Right.
That wasn't on my phone texting. I'm doing an interview. Oh,
right.
Come on now. All right. Tell me this thing about the tennis on 91st.
Yeah, 91st is where I grew up playing tennis at Thule Park. That's where I first learned how to play tennis, along with another place that's out in Harvey, Illinois, called Harmon Park. But these were the two places that I learned how to play tennis, and actually played my first tennis tournament as a junior when I was 13 years old, up at Thule Park, right up here.
All right, well, we're going to keep driving. We're at 93rd now, so we'll keep going to 91st. I love how now I'm getting a tour, right?
Yeah.
How many times does the passenger direct the traffic? But
right.
I love it, Coach, because you've been here, and you now have a chance to coach pretty much down the street from where you grew up. What does that mean to you?
I grew up a little bit on 87th and Drexel, but this area, Chatham, is basically where.
All right, tell me where to go. I'm at 91st.
Keep going straight to the stop line. Stop sign. And,
stop sign which way?
Actually go past
Tinley Park.
Actually go past the stop sign and then make a right At the next stop sign.
Okay,
And
thanks.
That's where the tennis court.
By the way, folks, we're at 91st and MLK.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you grew up here.
Yeah. So, growing up on the Southside, playing tennis over here at Thule Park. Grandmother stayed over on 87th and Drexel. I'm very familiar with the area and things like that. I can remember days when my mother would bring me to play tennis, and then my mother would we'd go visit my grandmother and my grandfather over on 87th. And so it just brings back a lot of good memories from over here.
All right, so we're coming up on your tennis courts, your childhood tennis courts. Explain a little bit about where we are, where you grew up. I want a young Jack Barton in my mind, all right?
Yeah. So basically I grew up in the suburbs, but my family grew up in this area between here at Thule Park and 87th and Drexel, all Chatham on the south side. And so this is where I learned to play tennis here at Thule Park. And so my mother would bring me up here, and I would hit with some of the older guys and things like that. Played my first tournament up here when I was 13 years old. And, because we were so close to about 5 or 6 minutes away from my grandmother's house, we'd go there, come here, go there, come here.
I know family's important to you, Coach. Tell me about your family.
So, basically, I met my wife through tennis because there was a young lady by the name of Luce, who my father and my uncle knew, and she introduced me to Gina. And so, me and Gina had been dating for 2 years, and we finally got married back in September of 2017. And then shortly after that, we had our daughter, Gabriella Yael.
Who I love.
Yes. Actually, when she watches the broadcasts of the basketball games, the first thing she asks me is, "Where's Sam? Where's Sam at?" So I said, "Baby, you can't really see Sam because Sam is broadcasting the game and they have to show the basketball game, but you can hear Sam." It's like, "Well, I want to see Sam."
Yeah, they keep Sam as far from the actual court as possible, which is good for the performance of the team.
Yeah. So Gabby and Gina have been a big part of my life and a very supportive part of my life. I started this journey with tennis at Chicago State before meeting them, and Gina came aboard, understood what my workload was. She knows my love for tennis, and she's been supportive, and even Gabby has been super supportive of the team also. The team loves her, and I'm really blessed to have them in my life, to have Gina and to be a father to Gabby. That's really like a thing that I don't take very, very lightly. So, it's an honor and a privilege to be your dad.
So in this role, you started as a single guy, no kids, and now you're married with a young, beautiful daughter. I'm actually going to turn left here. I don't know why I was turning right.
Because I thought you were going to take me to Burger King.
Oh, okay. You want to go to Burger King? No, we're going to go back to
We'll go back. Yeah. But actually, that Popeyes right there is fantastic. That's the best Popeyes right here on the corner.
Yeah, we got Popeyes.
Oh, man, it's awesome. But anyway.
What's better, Popeyes or Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich?
I would have to say Chick-fil-A for me.
Okay.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah,
I'll never be disappointed.
Same here. I love talking about food. Listen, man, I mean, I could probably spend the rest of this ride talking about food. Tell me your favorite meal.
My favorite meal to cook or my favorite meal to go out and get?
To eat right now. I'm going to put a plate of food in front of you.
If you had to put a plate of food in front of me, you have to put an Arnello's pizza in front of me. I would eat a pizza all day.
Cheese, pepperoni, sausage?
Sausage and cheese. You could throw a Giordano's pizza in front of me. You can throw a Illuminati pizza in front of me.
Giordano's or Lou's?
I have to say Giordano's.
Ooh.
Giordano's.
Okay.
Giordano's.
So you're a big pizza guy. I mean, you're born and raised in Chicago. You've coached in Chicago. You live here. Pizza.
Pizza all day long.
Okay, Coach. All right. Aye, Captain.
Pizza over hot dogs.
Hey,
Even though I love hot dogs.
Yeah, pizza over hot dogs. I agree there. Hey, what do you watch on TV?
You know what? I'm a big Marvel guy.
Ooh.
So, I spend a lot of time watching Disney Plus and looking at the Marvel and then the Star Wars and all of that stuff. I think Disney Plus is the best thing they've ever created.
The best thing they've ever created?
Yeah,
like best invention?
Well, the best, like, not social.
It could be the best invention, honestly.
It could. But the best like streaming network out there. It's like incredible. It's like the content that they have on that thing. It's wonderful. So I go back and I look at all the Marvel movies. I look at all the old Marvel cartoons. I look at all of the Star Wars. I just finished the book of Boba Fett. It was outstanding. So I'm a huge Marvel and Star Wars guy. So
Marvel, Star Wars, pizza. Coach, we're turning back towards campus, which means it's time for the lightning round. I know you've done this before, so you know the deal.
Here we go.
Quick hitters, rapid fire.
Here we go.
And I'm going to start with this. What's the greatest invention of all time?
Oh my God. The greatest invention of all time would probably have to be the cell phone. And the reason why I say that is because, when they first came out with the cell phone and the iPod and Apple and stuff, they combined all of that stuff into one. And I thought it was great. It was like, why do I need to buy an iPod? I just buy an iPhone. So
pretty good. All right, the cell phone. Do you say soda or pop?
Pop all day long.
Okay, what's your favorite kind of pop to drink from the old fountain?
Pepsi,
not Coke.
Not
By
at
the
all.
way, we're coming up to the gate, so we're going to say hello to our friend Tammy. What's up, Tammy?
Hey, Tammy. How you doing, honey?
We love Tammy.
But Tammy is fantastic.
So Pepsi over Coke?
Yes, Pepsi
All right.
over Coke all day long.
If you could go any city in the world right now, where would you go?
I would want to go to Melbourne, Australia,
Ooh, why is that?
because I want to go see the Australian Open.
Fair deal.
That would be the first place I go.
You ever been to a major tournament?
I've been to the U.S. Open twice, so it's been I watched Andre Agassi play his second to last match at the U.S. Open when I went.
Speaking of Agassi, who's the greatest tennis player of all time?
We have this debate at the tennis courts, and I know Val and Sean are listening to me very closely. The greatest tennis player of all time, I would have to say, would be Serena. Yeah. Overall, Serena would probably.
That's a pretty easy pick.
Yeah. If I had to pick somebody to be controversial with the people that I have these discussions with, I would have to say Nadal.
Scale of 1 to 10, how good of a cook are you?
Oh man, I'm a 9, brother.
9. What's your specialty?
Ribeye steaks on the flat on the cast iron grill inside, cast iron skillet, and outside on the grill, baby back ribs.
Oh, I'm so hungry. All right, last one. Do you snore?
Yes,
How loudly?
very much to the point that either my wife kicks me out or she leaves.
All right. So
Yeah,
you
like
cook me
that.
dinner. I don't think I'll stay the night.
No, you definitely do not stay there. I wouldn't put you downstairs, but I still might disturb you.
Folks, that's Coach Barton. He loves pizza. He's got an incredible family. He's been in Chicago for a long time, and he's a great guy. So thanks for letting me drive you around. Thanks for showing
Sam,
me
I
around.
appreciate it. So next time I need a ride home, I'm calling you, buddy.
All right.
Good.
Just make sure you buckle up.
I got you.
All right. This
Thanks,
has
Mike.
been the Chicago Chauffeur. I'm Sam Brief, not ignoring this man's handshake. Take care.
Take care.